What's up, y'all? Hold on. Why is this damn music playing? What's up, y'all? I'm at work right now. Right now it's Sunday, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just organizing the yard. Let me show y'all this real quick. I'm glad that I'm recording it before it happens, but see this right here? This is what's called a dolly. If you ever see the trailers that goes back to back, these things called a lift thing in the middle between two trailers, that's what you call running doubles. And I'm going to be getting trained on the doubles pretty soon, so I'm really excited for that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm 22 right now. I turned 23 in 2 weeks, and I told them I want to do it before I turn 23, so we'll see if it happens, but that's one for you guys that real quick, so I'm straight out the yard. Gotta move all these trailers. And then I should be able to get a little 2-hour break before we really start. And yeah.
He's 11.
Perhaps this is going to be one of the places you'll see me most often. I have a camera that I use for the conference. I bought it just for the conference. OBAP 2025. Bought it just for that. because the way that I think sometimes, I think about being the best at what I do, right? And I'm sitting here at work. And I was just scrolling on Instagram, and it's funny because y'all know I don't like social media. I really wish I had someone to promise. As I said in the last video, I do not like social media. I work right now, as you guys can see. I'm on the yard today. I'm not working. I was just scrolling on social media. We're a bit slow today, and I was just looking at Kai Cenat's page and how, you know, like Kai is a young man who reached success. You know, if you guys know who Kai Cenat is, you know that he's a very successful young man, and I'm nowhere near that level of like fame, status, or anything. But there's something about him, especially in his current stage right now, that's just so relatable. I think this would be the best place to prop it. I think there's something so relatable about him right now. Him being a young man, just exploring different things. Right now, he has a clothing brand. And, you know, I have a clothing brand as well. And his thing is streaming. He was a streamer, and then he's transitioning out of streaming to follow his dreams. Like, yeah, he's a successful streamer, but that did not make him happy, or that does not make him happy at his current state. And I just think about like how, you know, some people might look at me and say, "Oh yeah, he's a successful young man," which I believe that I'm a successful young man, considering all the things that I do, or, you know, like have done. Hold on. Brief interruption. But as I was recording or talking, my coworker just came up to me and he handed me these 2 bags. I'm like, am I about to go somewhere? You know, I'm about to drive to like Lafayette or something. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. And he told me, he just told me, like, in the middle of me recording that video. Hold on, I have to. I'll be right back. There's a lot of pauses right now. Someone just told me that you want to be shadowing somebody on the doubles. I think I'll upload that video. I'll be working on the doubles whenever another guy comes in, and I'll be able to shadow him. And it's funny because I was about to make the point of, I forgot what point I was going to make, but forget that point. I'll get back to that another time. Essentially, about to learn the doubles. Something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time since I got hired here. I've been wanting to learn the doubles, and I'm about to do that. And it just kind of makes me think about like the future, and how I'm just one of those people, kind of like Kai Cenat, who wants to achieve something, and then when they achieve that thing, like for me, the thing that I quote unquote achieved thus far is one, my mission with Privileged Pilots, which is to spread awareness on sickle cell. 2, some people might classify the fact that I drive 18-wheelers and I'm only 22 years old and I have my own spot. I have all these things going for myself. Some people will classify that as like success. And to me, at this current state, I'm thankful for everything that I have, you know? I'm thankful that I have a brand. I'm thankful that I have a job that pays well. I'm thankful that I drive trucks. And I'm thankful that I'm also undergoing this treatment. But, you know, I sometimes just sit here and wonder, like, what would have happened if I didn't have this disease? You know, like, I just think like, man. I just think like, man, where would I be right now had it not been for this season? And I know that everything happens for a reason. I'm thankful to be in this situation. But I always want the next thing. I always want to be better. I'm always looking forward for the next thing. Back in the truck. I'm always looking forward to the next thing, and you know, I'm just glad to be here, and I understand what Kai Cenat is going through. Like, he wants to do something else. It's just his brand is something that he wants to mark off the bucket list, and you know, I sit here and I'm just thinking like, man, people have to understand, because I'm reading his comments, and a lot of his supporters are not really. A lot of them are not fond of his decision to like pause on streaming and pursue his dream. And people have to understand that your definition of success may not be another person's definition. Like, Kai is successful. He has a lot of money, he has all these things, but he wants to do more. And I'm in the same boat. Like, I want to do more. No kids, no wife, nothing. That's, by definition, relative to a lot of people my age, is pretty successful. But I just want to fly, you know? Like, I'm just sitting here in this truck, and I'm like, people don't understand, like, yeah, I make a lot of money, but you have to love what you do. In order to produce good work, you have to love what you do. And right now I'm on his yard sitting in a box truck. Like I just said earlier, my coworker in the middle of me recording this video just said I'll be shadowing somebody on the doubles, and so that's definitely something that helps. I always want to learn a new thing. It helps that he just came up to me and told me that, because I was feeling not down, but I was feeling away about my position. Says I'm going to be working on doubles, but I haven't gotten training on it yet. And I'm just like, man, like, knowing that I'm about to go out, I'm about to be in the hospital within like a month, and then about in about like a month I'll be out, and then maybe 5 months after that I'll be at home recovering. I was like, man, it would really be a shame if I never get the opportunity to train on this equipment before I go out, you know. But the good news is he just told me that I will be getting trained today, and hopefully tomorrow I can actually go out. So that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Another thing about trucking, you know, my job as a truck driver, and like kind of where I'm headed in aviation is, there's a lot of parallel things to aviation. But the perfect example right now is the equipment that I'm going to be getting trained on and working on. It reminds me of how there's different planes, different aircrafts, different type ratings that you can obtain as a pilot. And I'm such a winner. Like, I always am looking to win at everything that I do. I don't just play the game. To me, life is a game, right? It's like a game. And in games. There's tryhards and there's casuals. Then there's competitive people. And there's people who play to win. And I'm one of the people who I'm playing this game of life to win. And part of my definition of winning is being the best at what I do, being the furthest from everybody else, right? And I don't mean in a way of like tearing people down to bring it. No. I mean, I want everybody to do great, but I want to do the best. I want to be the best. I want to have the most badges, the most accolades, the most things under my belt. You know, right now I've been kind of climbing the ranks in truck driving. I think once I start hauling these doubles, that'll be a great badge. A great badge to have for so many reasons, but you know, it'd definitely be a great badge to have, even like prior to aviation, because once I get into aviation, it's like, wow, like, you know, wow, like now I can start climbing the ranks in aviation and just start flying all the different Gulfstreams, Globals, and Falcon, just flying all the jets, you know, just as like something to challenge myself constantly. I'm always chasing the next thing, not because what I have is bad, but because I always want the next best thing, you know. So I just want to record you guys, let you know that's kind of what I was just feeling. Yeah.
Go up here, this comes down. This, if you pull to the side and lift up, it unlocks. It's locked, you try to pull straight up, it ain't gonna go nowhere. Okay?
Alright.
So your chainsaw, lift your landing gear, so you don't lift your wheel off. You don't have to go all the way up, but just make sure it's not too low. I always throw the blue line on and turn it on.
Okay. And that's on the...
That's on the passenger side.
Okay.
So front trailer.
Alright.
Okay? So I always just turn this on so I don't forget it.
Alright.
You will know if you don't have brakes in that back trailer because it will push you when you go to hit the brakes.
So there's like a valve?
Yep. So.
Okay. So that's closed, and then when it's this way, it's open.
Yep. Open. Closed.
Okay.
And then I'll throw the red side on. Just don't turn it on.
Alright.
Okay. Because if you turn it on, it's gonna go all the way. All right. Come on.
Let me recap this real quick.
Yep.
So you backed into the dolly, and then you lifted the dolly up, put it on there.
Yep.
And then you closed this.
Yep.
And then you connected this line, and then you opened it.
Yep. That way I just don't forget it because it's out of sight.
Okay, so you connect the blue line, open it, and then you connect the chains, and then you connect the red line, keep it closed.
Yep.
Okay. And then the front is on the right side, and then the front light is on the left side. Okay, alright.
So your back trailer is always on your side.
Okay.
Front trailer, passenger side.
Okay.
Your electrical lines, backwards.
Alright.
Okay? So, next, we're going to throw on our back lines. Red line, blue line. As soon as I do that, I come over here, I turn this on.
So you turn this valve on.
Yep.
After you connect it to this trailer.
Yep.
Okay.
Because if you do it early, all it's going to do is start blowing out.
Okay.
And then trying to put it on with the air blowing, it ain't gonna work.
And do these things have like a valve? Do these lines have like a valve on it?
Right here. That's what I mean.
Okay.
These should always be open though.
Alright, always be open.
Yeah. You'll know when we watch the back if it's not coming through.
Okay. So now at this point,
now I'm throwing my electrical line
you want to
on.
connect the electrical?
I always do the back one first. This is strictly out of my own convenience. Okay? So you can put this on. Hell, you put this on even before you turn this on. The reason I don't is because if this is leaking, and I gotta turn this off, take this off, and reposition it, put it back on. If the electrical line is right there,
yeah,
my line's in the way.
It's on it. Okay.
So I always do the back one from the
first.
back to the front. So I'll throw the air line down, turn the air on.
Okay.
Back electrical line, then I do the front.
Okay.
That way, if it's leaking, I'm gonna know by that.
And the front electrical line is on your side. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Electrical lines towards you, the back ones in the back. If you flip them,
Yeah.
this is way. Okay.
All right.
If you flip them, it ain't the end of the world.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're gonna kind of notice.
Yeah,
real-
it's like kind of elongated. Okay, so
Yeah.
so you would kind of know before. Okay, all right.
Yep.
What happens if you mistakenly, for some reason, flip the airlines though?
You're not gonna go anywhere.
Okay, it'll kind of just be stuck.
Yeah. You'll try
Okay.
to move, and you'll be like, "Why am I not moving?"
Okay, all right. And so at this point, your dolly, the air is pushed in. So
Yeah. So as soon as you put air to this thing,
yeah.
it's gonna automatically
Okay.
release your brake.
Okay.
You don't have to touch that nothing. That is strictly for when you cut the air off.
Okay.
All right.
And then you're gonna check your fifth
That's
wheel.
how that's supposed to look.
Okay.
Now, you know how I said your pedal hook lock?
Yeah.
So this is a safety feature.
Mm.
If you have your air on, this piece pops out.
Yeah.
If it's off, this will retract back in.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So at this point, what does your brakes look like in there? Are they pushed in or pushed
Yeah,
out?
they're pushed in.
Okay.
So I got air coming through this whole.
Okay, so the trailer brakes are pushed in, so this is open. And so now that, by it being pushed in, does that close this?
Yeah, if I set the brakes,
Yeah,
that's gonna pop in.
it's gonna pop. Okay, all right.
It'll take a minute, but it'll pop in.
Okay.
This is a backup feature. So say you did that on accident.
Yeah.
You forgot to put that down. This is a backup
Okay,
to keep this locked in. Now, it ain't a great backup,
yeah,
but it's a backup.
okay. So this is like the primary thing you want to make sure that
You
it's
want to make
secure.
sure that thing's latched.
And how do you make sure that this is latched?
So
Okay.
it's up like that. You throw it on, right?
Mhm.
You just push on that top piece,
Yeah. Okay.
flip that down.
Okay. So you
That'll lock down.
so you push on that.
Yep. And then once it's done, just give it a couple tugs. If
Okay.
it don't go,
It don't go
you're
anywhere,
good.
and that's good.
Because you got to pull it to the side to get it up.
Pull it to the side again. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So there's like a few safety features on there.
Yep.
And then you check your fifth wheel connection, or do you raise the landing gear up?
No, I check this first.
Okay. And whenever you're driving, you want it to be in that position.
Yeah, you want to be pointed forward
Okay.
on these 28.
Okay. And it's just the old trailers that have those, right? It's just the older trailers that have those.
Yep, the brand new ones, they have automatics. So as
Okay.
soon as the air gets to them, they start lifting on their own.
Yeah, so Terrence kind of showed me like a few weeks ago, but my biggest concern or question was the positioning of like the air valves. So
Yeah.
they're all supposed to be open by the time you're driving. Okay, all right.
If they're closed, you ain't going to go nowhere.
Okay, all right.
Now, this is how you know you got air going through the system. If you open that up, there's no air coming through, something ain't right.
Okay.
That's why when I'm hooking up, I got the brake release to the trailer.
Mhm.
Because if you pop the brake, come back here and start hooking everything up, you got no air through the system.
Yeah,
You'll,
you wouldn't even know.
you wouldn't know if you
Okay.
hooked it up wrong or not.
Yeah, okay. And so when you're driving, it's supposed to be closed on the back trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That way, so air is not leaking.
Yeah, because if you start driving, you're just gonna be leaking air,
Yeah,
and your whole cab will be pissing.
yeah,
So you'll hear that air rushing through,
yeah,
and the second you hit your brakes, you're gonna dump so much air out
yeah.
that you're gonna end up on the side.
You're gonna
of the
like
road.
lock up. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back. Back in the truck. What? It's a change in tempo. Because I was just shadowing somebody. I was shadowing somebody on the numbers. Something that I've been wanting to do before I turned 23. And this is just the beginning of everything. I'm excited to learn the numbers. And as I was just inspecting the trailers and the dollies, I thought to myself, I said, like as I was inspecting the dollies, I literally was like, I just thought about how much like aviation?
I got door 18 ready, door 18.
How much like aviation trucking is? Like the parallels to aviation is just so amazing. You know, we were inspecting the dollies, and there were so many parts that had to be inspected for safety, right? And then, you know, it's just like, oh, just a little dolly. But just like with airplanes, every little thing matters, especially, honestly, in an 18-wheeler, it probably matters even more because, you know, you're driving next to a bunch of small vehicles, generally speaking, going down a highway. You're going down a highway and there's just a bunch of small passenger vehicles carrying Lord knows what people. And the last thing you want is for something to go wrong. Example, let's say your trailer detaches from your tractor. If there's anybody around you, you just kill everybody. No questions asked. And so it's just I'm so glad to be in the field right now. Though I wish I was flying, though Daniel wishes he was flying, I'm glad to be in this position where I'm not flying, where I'm actually in another transportation field, trucking, because I feel like this will only make me a better pilot, and not only a better pilot, a safer pilot, and most of all, it'll give me a different appreciation for aviation. So I'm excited. I'm really hoping I get tested out on the doubles before I get surgery and everything. That'll make me very happy. And in the future I'm gonna, just how I was recording the inspection part and learning everything, just how I was recording like all the questions asked. I'll record a video with me knowing everything. And then I'll also record a video where I'm recording an inspection on like a Gulfstream 700. And then I could just go back to this video and think like, wow. I remember when I was learning doubles, and now I'm inspecting a large private jet or a jet. I'm ready for that. You know, a long way to go. It's a long journey. It's a journey that I'm glad to be a part of.